That is that, lads. That's a new intro. What you think of it? Let me know what you think of it. It was inspired by real events spotted by the mighty Richie Hayes from last week's podcast. He just decided, fuck it, I'm going to make an old team. Like, he's a wizard. He's a wizard at all that kind of stuff. And I suppose it's kind of indicative of me, really, isn't it? Oh, by Jesus, it is Ramble Pod 31. You're all very, very welcome. I'm trying to get my brain to work here in numbers, and it is the 31st of December. Fucking hell, Tom. You've lost the fucking plot altogether. 31st of December, 2018. How in the Jesus are you keeping? Nobody will be listening to this anyway, because I'm going to put this out later on tonight. And that will mean it's the last one of 2018. Doesn't really matter. Honestly, lads, my days are melting into each other at the moment. My brain is absolutely fucking mush. So, honest to God, it could be 2024 for all I know right now. It just really doesn't make a difference. I've got more shows to do again tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, I know. For most of my listeners, you're you can actually look forward to moments and excitements. But I've lost all ability to be sentimental. But, like, you get excited about fucking Tuesdays. I like Tuesdays because that's kind of my Sunday. You know what I mean? But thank you very much. I said we'd do some sort of a year in review thing. To be honest with you, I'm up to my balls in just fucking panto at the minute. I know that sounds gross, doesn't it? Jesus Christ, Tom, you're up to your what, not? But I am. I'm up to me stones and actually trying to sit down and write anything. Like, you're getting back at fucking 10 o'clock at night. You're gone out of the house at fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just, you know what I mean? Trying to just fit food in around that. And there's no real off period, so just trying to fucking write down anything. I'm just like, what the fuck am I going to write down that every other bollocks of a newscaster has it written down? Like, there's nothing really. What had we? I mean, we talked it through. That's why podcasting is in the moment, because we talked it through. We talked it through at the time, didn't we? We had snow, we had the Pope, we have still ongoing Brexit. So there's not really like, who gives a fuck about years in review? You know what I mean? I gave my opinion on it at the time. It possibly has changed, I don't know. Or my brain has completely forgotten it, because that's what I do, lads. My brain tends to forget things. Oh, Lord, to give you context, I'm quite literally out in the car park. Just did a show there now. Cousins had shown up to the show, which I didn't know. It was only halfway through where I run through the audience, spotted some cousins of mine. They were like, hey, send a message, can you come out to the foyer? Then you got to sneak out the side, because as soon as kids fucking see you, they're like, yes, photograph, which is grand, but like, a man needs to fucking do a podcast, like. You know what I mean? So I'm actually the handiest place. I know the last couple of ones I've been up in the fucking stairwells and all. They're fucking disaster. So I've snuck out. I'm out in the car park, the back car park here. Quite literally sitting back in the old car again. But you know what? It makes for a good sound studio. I was trying out a new mic, actually. Before I go buying. As a result of the Patreon people, I'm buying some new mics. Because we have some nice guests lined up. And, fuck it. Everybody's a nice guest. I'm not going to say it that way. No, I'm not. But I want to head in. That's it. Like, that's the only thing. Just upgrade the gear. The old recording device is fucking top shelf. Top fucking shelf stuff. So the mics are alright. The mics and the headphones are alright. I need to just I need another set of headphones and two good mics. Two more good mics. I have one decent one at home, planted at home in the home office, and that would be where the Ramble Pods would be coming from when I'm not doing this fucking madness. Like, but and like, as she sits down, shit down like Sean Connery, shit down and have some podcasting. I'd love to get Sean Connery on and just ask him loads of questions that involves S's. Well, you cut your sheet on I was always a fan of the She-Shade. That's a fucking terrible. I apologise. That's a terrible Sean Connery impression. Is Sean Connery still alive? We didn't lose him this year, did we? Who did we lose this year? We lost that I can actually think of. We lost Anthony Bourdain. I like that fella. I liked him. Still watching his show, which is kind of a creepy thing to do, isn't it? You're watching a show. I mean, I know it's supposed, it's just weird because you're enjoying the moment, you want to be in it and all the rest, but you're going, he's dead. I can't think who else we lost. We fucking probably lost a bunch of wildlife as a result of the snow. The snow was the big thing really this year, wasn't it? That was the big thing this year. The snow in March. Quite literally now, apparently it's coming again. It's coming again, lads. Are you prepared? Have you the freezer full? And are you going to get drunk through it with me? How is it drinking? You bastards. I fucking love it. It's a love-hate thing. You fucking be sending me on some awesome pictures. Some fucking class pictures, lads, on the fucking Raz. Videos of people at fucking rebel bands and everything. Fucking Shane from Monaghan and the gang were up and fucking... They were up to some rebel group last night singing and they sup in pints to fucking beat the band. Oh, Jesus Christ, and I'm sitting down eating my fucking dinner at fucking 11 o'clock at night, like, do you know what I mean? I love it. I love it, lads. I really, no, you know what? This is a good fucking thing. I'm after losing, wait for this, I'm after losing 6 pounds. Would you believe that? If I didn't tell it to you. I'm after losing 6 fucking pounds, lads. Huh? Some man for one man. I'm not really. I just noticed the costume was just, the trousers of it was kind of hanging off me. And at no point do you want to expose yourself to 800 children or anything like that. But I was going, fucking hell, I think I'm at a loss. I am. After losing just shy of 6 pounds. Just shy of it. So yeah, I can't be fucking happier. I mean, there will be pints at. I'm going to have pints at some fucking stage, but it's just, it's you know what I mean? When you fucking stay away from it so long, you're like, am I just going to be fucking dying now of a hangover? Because 1 pint is no good to a man. A bird never flew on one fucking wing. You got to have fucking 10 of them. Do you know? Or 8 of them at least. Or even 7. 7 pints is a beautiful amount of pints. So that's, like, if you're drinking 7 pints, that means you're out for an evening. And you've taken your time over the 7 pints. That's a nice evening full of pints, and you're not scuttered either. You know what I mean? You're just nicely cozy. You're fucking in a lovely place where you'd sing a song. You know, that kind of way, or you'd fucking, you know, you'd enjoy the bag of chips. Like, you're not just going to throw them at your fucking face like a horse or something. You know what I mean? Just, these are the things I live for. And I will, but you've been just making me pure jealous. Now, in fairness, some lads, they don't know what to be doing. They're like me. They're off a few days and they don't know what to be doing with themselves. Lads are sending me pictures there. I think it was it Ger? I think he sent me a picture, went over to the mother's house. She asked him for a favour. And the photograph he took was him fucking cleaning the chimneys from the top down. Standing on I mean, I appreciate the pictures. But I do hope you were kind of tethered to something. Not just, hey, we'll take an old schnapp up here. Well, I kind of, you know, I love the badassery of it. Is that you're on top of a chimney, possibly hanging with the hangover, like, and you're still feel the need to send old Tom a picture. I love that shit. I love it. But the pints have been flowing for everybody, and I'm delighted for you. I'm fucking delighted for you. And again, some lovely messages from folks. Fair fucking play to you. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I threw up a couple of, I hate these fucking things. Hey, pass it on. You know, fuck off. It's just another, and people putting up, like, the best 9 photographs of the year. Oh, fuck off. Like, what the fuck, like? Do you know what I mean? What are you doing, like? Unless you threw up just 9 pictures. Like, come on. Get to the fucking grip. And I was even a bit annoyed with myself. It's so Instagram-y, like, but it was thanking all the, you know, everybody for listening and stuff. And there was a collage thing. It was the easiest thing. I swear to God, if you ever need to do something like that, you just quite literally, I'll tell you the website now. It was just like collage.com, we'll call it. And quite literally had a blank space on the thing. I said, throw in all your pictures in here, see what happens. And I chucked in a load of pictures, and it said auto or whatever template, and I just said, yeah, I like that one, it's nice and messy. And it was all the pictures of the guests or whatever, and it actually came out alright. But you're kind of going, am I a bit of a wanker now as well? Like, am I a bit of a wanker? But it is, look, you do have to be saying thanks to people, like, and I totally appreciate it, along with, like, especially the likes of look, I like everybody that's listening, everybody that's sharing. That's the main thing. If you share it and let the people choose, you know, who wants to get deeper involved, i.e., you know what I mean, jump on the old fucking Patreon, because the Patreon is going to buy these new microphones, essentially. There'll have to be a few quid stuck to it, because when you start, you can buy it, like, it's unreal. It's unfucking real. For anybody who doesn't know anything about tech, which is me included, but you can spend what you like. You can spend, like, you'll be talking about them microphones that they have on X Factor, like, them yokes could be fucking 5,000 or 6,000 a pop, like, handy. Beyonce's probably walking around with a yoke there, probably 50 grand. Do you know what I mean? Or you could give 20 quid for one. And we're in an alright range right now. Not hectic, but it needs to go up a fucking notch. So we're going to get fucking better ones. So like that, you know, it'd be great if for the new year, if you could throw a couple of quid at the podcast. It's a piece of piss. The Patreon link is there. If you want to be a one-time donator, great. If you want to give a couple of dollars, I think the minimum is $3, I think. Because they said that. They set it at $3 a month. And with that, then you get exclusive. You get the ad-free version of this, and you get the back catalogue of the Tom and Jerry. And I will be making then, when I run out of them, I'm just going to be making pods purely for lists for Patreon people. And I will be talking direct to them, because more and more people are going to send me questions. And just kind of just throwaway questions. But I'll be talking direct to the Patreons, you know what I mean? And that will be purely a Patreon thing. Because you know what I mean? I appreciate anybody throwing anything at it. And especially with this new fucking crowd that are charging a bit more for hosting and all the rest of it. That's the reason. That's the reason behind it. I hate going cap in hand. That's the bullshit side of it. Like, I hate going cap in hand to anybody, but it's like you have to say, like, Patreon is a thing that everybody's doing now. You know what I mean? And if you appreciate it, like some of them, Jesus Christ, I was talking. I don't know your man. What's his name? Blind Boy. Holy fuck, he is making a mint from Patreon, and people are just chucking it at him. And I don't know if he's giving any extra content or anything like, but holy Jesus, Mary and Joseph, people are just throwing it. And look, he's Blind Boy, for fuck's sake. You know, there's people now in Sweden going, I don't know who this Blind Boy is. He's part of a duo called the Rubber Bandits. Again, that's no clearer, but give him a look if you want. But do you know what I mean? It does work. That's the whole idea behind it. I hate fucking prattling on about it. But also there's the T Republic shop too. There's a couple of new designs coming up next year that'll be going to the T Republic shop. I may take away T Republic altogether and just go with somebody that's just as handy as they are. I'd love to do it with an Irish company. But quite literally, where I just put up your design and it just pops up in a ton of fucking merch. I'd love to do it with an Irish company. It's just T Republic are so fucking handy. Now, you'd make fuck all out of them. Like, quite literally. Somebody could buy 50 quid's worth of stuff, and I think I'll get the bones of, well, I say the podcast will get the bones of like $3 or something. But it's just, if nothing else, it is contributing. More power to you. And it's cool that you have actual gear that has the podcast name on it, because that spreads the word. But if you are on any form of social media and you don't feel like doing either one of those things or giving any physical money to the actual podcast, would you do me a favour and actually just share this on whatever platform you listen to? Share it. Give it an out rating. Just share it on whatever. Just go, hey, whether you're on Snapchat or whether you're on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, just go, listen, give this fucker a listen. Give this fucker, and we spread the army. We spread the fucking army, because I think we lost a few with the switch over from SoundCloud to Spreaker, but it's after coming back up a bit. But I'm wondering, are they the same people? Because it doesn't look. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, because lads, there's a world people now in America listen to this yoke. Fucking hello America, hello to the people in fucking all the bizarre places that were not there before. I know we're 13 minutes into what may end up. Jesus, lads, I need to keep an eye on the time because I need to be back in again. I need to be fucking back in again. What time? Right, we're 4:15. Next show is at 5:30. Oh, fucking hell. I'll have to be back. Yeah, I'll have to be back in about 25 minutes, I'd say. Because you see, it's New Year's show and all the rest is staging a bit fucking differently because they're doing a big hoopla at the end of it and all the rest. Plus, I got to eat some grub. I haven't eaten a fucking thing. So, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to think of anything that's physically gone on in my life. It really hasn't. I am allowed to tell you, I've been holding back on it because, well, obviously, anybody who's been to UCH and you're listening to the podcast right now, if you're in the greater Munster area, big new comedy club coming to University Concert Hall Limerick, the 29th. First one starts the 29th of January, and every last Tuesday of the month for the next 4 months after that. First up, we have Dave McSavage and John Cleary, both friends of the podcast, but two fucking monsters of the stand-up comedy world. We have, following month is Pat McDonald and Joe Rooney of Father Ted fame. Following month, we have Eric Lawler. I'm not sure who's with Eric at the minute. Then we have Joanne McNally after that. Like, you know what I mean? Beasts of the fucking stand-up game. So if you are in the grade, and you'll get a good show here. Look, not saying it because I'm hosting each one of them, but I'm just saying, you know, I'll be there to host. So if you're into me, great. But if you want to actually come see the lads, where you know you don't want to have to traipse to fucking Dublin to see them because that's primarily where people play, come see them in UCH from then on. But what I was talking about is later on in the year, and I'll be keeping you more updated on it, is I have been cast. I mean, I've mentioned it in bits and pieces on the podcast before, but it's going to be going on sale and whatnot in the early new year. It's going to be touring this one-man play that I've been cast in, called Defending the Caveman. Some of you may or may not have seen you may have seen the artwork or whatever for it, the start of the artwork for it on, we've had to fly over to Glasgow to get it photographed. Herself is in the poster and everything, so that's going to be cool as shit. It's a very cool play in that it's still in Vegas, it's still in Broadway, and it's still tours a couple of countries around, like it's playing in like 50 other countries or whatever. And they did a bit in Ireland before with Simon Delaney, but they now want to tour it here with myself. Basically, it's a one-man play. I've never done a one-man play. I mean, I've done plenty of hour and 20 stand-up fucking specials or specials or whatever. There's a friend of the podcast, Richie Hayes. There he is over there. Yeah. There's Richie Hayes and... Hello, Richie Hayes and Trev. Just doing an old Ramble Pod here, talking to a bunch of cunts. How are the boys?
Step into the office, did we? We're very good, Tom. Tom, if anyone saw you know...
I know I look like a total pervert here, and I don't care, Richie. I don't care.
And what the listeners don't know is that you're full of makeup as well.
I know, yeah, I look like a proper fucking weirdo with makeup on. You've makeup on too. You done in McDonald's with makeup on.
I have the hat over my head, though.
With a load of children wandering around the place. Just yeah, great. You can bring me nothing back, not?
No.
Sound that. It's alright, I might tip down to myself in a minute anyway. I'm going to go through the drive-through.
You should leave the gear in.
Yeah, just leave the gear on and do drive through. Yeah. And nothing but full of foreigners, I suppose, is it? It's a politically correct podcast, this one. Good luck, guys. Cameo there on the Ramble Pod by the assistant producer of the play, or the podcast, I should say, or the fucking panto. Trevor and last week's guest, Richie Hayes. The boys were down in McDonald's, fair fucking play to him. Trevor, by the way, this will tell you how incestual the fucking world of entertainment is. Trevor is Stephen Mullen, past podcast guest, who had the show Son of a Preacher Man. We recorded it a bit noisy, that episode. It was in Teeling's Whiskey Distillery. They're first cousins. Isn't that bizarre? So that's just to give you a little insight into what's going on, lads. The lads just couldn't walk past the car there. They could see me with the headphones on and the microphone, but they just couldn't help themselves. They just couldn't resist it. They still had to say hello. You know what I mean? That's what I like about podcasting, is that, and the people that listen to this podcast, they fucking love it. So yeah, just getting back to that, the show is called Defending the Caveman. It will be, I'll put it up, you know what I mean? I'm going to push the fuckers as hard as I can, because we're going to tour it little places first and then see how it goes. Let it soak there for a bit and then come back to bigger places, do more nights. I don't fully know how the touring of a play goes, but this play's been on the go a good long while, so it ain't their first fucking rodeo when they're doing this. So it's a comedy, as you can imagine. So there'll be a lot of rehearsing in that. Hour and 45 minutes, as from what I can tell. It's an hour. It maybe less. I don't know, but I'm guessing the whole show, probably with a break and all, is probably an hour and 45. So that should be fun. That should be a good bit of crack. And I'll give you, that should be, it won't be as fucking immersive, I'd say. Although probably, what am I saying? It's a one-man fucking play. But as mental, you know what I mean? It won't be 2 shows a day anyway. You know what I mean? So I can actually, and we'll be touring around. It just won't be the same place, same 4 walls, same fucking handful of people. We'll be seeing new shit and all the rest of it. Hold on, I'm going to take a slug of coffee here. Excuse me for being very unprofessional. Oh, Lord, that's lovely. Lord, that's lovely. But yeah, trying out a new mic. Also, yeah, I'll keep you up to date on that. I'm trying out a new mic. Fuck, I'm all over the place today. But it's essentially, it's belonging to the university here, and I just want to see the standard that I need to be getting to. You know what I mean? Because it's just what to fucking get. I'm looking at fucking condenser mics and dynamic mics and all the fucking rest of it. And they're grand, but where, be fine if it's just in a studio all the time, absolutely. But then I'm fucking around the place, all over the place. So I probably need dynamic mics, but good quality ones, and what ones to get. And every fella has a different opinion. So, but it looks like they're going to have to be. You're looking down the barrel at 300 quid a pop. Anyway, at the very least, to get the fucking right good jokes. The right good jokes, I think, from what I can see anyway, I think. And the more easier on the ear it is, the fucking more people. It's just, you're talking about these fine margins, lads. That's what you're competing with. Because I'm competing with fuckers that are talking about nothing. No, I'm not saying I'm talking about a lot, but at least you're listening to a stand-up comedian who actually does stand-up comedy, you know what I mean? Does a bit of fucking shooting and all the rest of it. There's lads there fucking pulling their flute from one end of the week to the other, and they're getting massive listenership, and you're going, what's that for? What are you talking about? And half of it is down to the fucking fact that it's creamy as fuck, the listenership going into their fucking ears. And I want it free. I want the good stuff for you. So that's the agenda immediately after this shit. Immediately after this panto is done, we'll be getting the good gear in. Back to fucking normal. A couple of fun guests actually lined up early in the new year, so hopefully I'm going to try. I can see by Instagram he's off on their tour, but I've their cruise. But I will have Dean Rock back. We were just talking the other day. He's like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again, Tommy. So yeah, quite fucking excited about that. I'm just checking there that we're still fucking recording. We are. Jesus Christ. I don't know why my heart went across me there. All of a sudden, I think I'm getting half fucking... I think because my brain and the nervous system is so frazzled at this stage, I'm just going, oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm just getting shocked by things that I wouldn't normally get shocked by. And there's no need to be shocked by them. Like, but that, for some reason, that's what's happening. Oh, Lord. Oh, it was such a glorious evening here the other evening when Leinster fucking lost to Munster. One of our, the what would you call him? I suppose the fucking, Jesus, I can't even think of his title. Stage manager here wore a fucking Leinster jersey into the fucking University Concert Hall here in Limerick. Keeping in mind, this campus, is where the high performance Munster rugby fucking centre is. A fucking rotten bollocks. Fairness, it was a dirty game, and yeah, I was fucking surprised. I was surprised at Johnny Sexton. Absolutely fucking losing the rag from the get-go on fucking old fucking Joey. Joey kept his cool. Got a couple of clatters. Kept his cool. Popped over his fucking 5 kicks. And they came away with the spoils. I mean, I'm sure there'll be people giving out, that Frank Murphy, the referee, used to play for months. But I thought he was very fucking clear. I mean, it was clear. He wasn't fucking going against. Everybody got what they were due. It's just Leinster, for some reason, were fucking... I think... you have to wonder, they're not normally that dirty, so I'm wondering where they're going, let's rough these fuckers up, because they've gotten the bollocks kicked off them by being roughed up the last couple of weeks, so let's give them a good fucking clattering. And, yeah, the boys are waiting in the long grass for them by the looks of things. But look we're not a fucking sports podcast either, but I'm just kind of dipping your toe in the water there, lads, because there's a couple of sports people coming up, is what I'm saying, in the new year. Does anybody, as I've put it to people, and, I've got messages back going, about the year in review stuff, and lads have gone, nah. I mean, so many fucking things do it, and I think there's an element of fucking laziness to it. It's would you just fucking, what are you talking about? Are you, especially on websites and stuff like that, you're quite literally just going back through the archives. And as I know it's a thing that kind of has to be done for journalism and all the rest of it, but all you're doing is kind of copying and pasting, isn't it? That's surely all they're doing, Or are they giving opinion pieces on it? Because I don't be reading the fucking papers anymore, lads. It's just not but sheer depression. This fella fucking died, that fella died, the bankers fucking did this, somebody lost their house. It was just oh my good Christ almighty. Speaking of that, actually, somebody sent me a song, a parodied version, but not comedy parody, just a parodied version of Come Out Ye Black and Tans, that song. And it's basically about how this rebellious group in the Yellow Jackets people of the Midlands and where not are going to be taking back the bankers. Has anybody heard this song? I'm sure I have it on the 1 second now. Hold on. This is, have a fucking listen to this now. I hope you're able to hear this. 1 second now. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't believe I'm asking you to fucking hold on. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'm as bad now. I'm as bad as any of them bollocks is just hanging around, just going, for the love of 1 second now. It's here now. For fuck's sake, you think I'd have it ready if I was going to talk about? Oh, wait, you hear this. Well, there you have it. Fucking hell. He was crowbar. In fairness, I don't know much about music, but I've been learning more and more hanging around with professional musicians or whatever. But in fairness, there's a thing called crowbar and a yoke in there, and it was crowbar and some words in there. It's I don't know what. Yeah, so apparently the revolution is on, people. So long as I don't care. Do you know what? I should have one of these people, these anarchists. Are they anarchists? I suppose maybe. You know what? If you feel fucking strongly enough about it too. But they blocked the poor tunnel the other day. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been so out of the fucking loop of the world at the minute. I'm just going. North Korea could have bombed America. Fucking America could be after fucking eating fucking England. I don't. Jesus Christ, you just lose yourself in this world. It's going to be a wave of just knowledge come at me as soon as I fucking finish up here. It's just bizarre. It's fucking bizarre. So yeah, that was apparently and I've been getting a lot of stuff, messages like that of late from a lot of. Hey, you know what? If that's your bag, I don't judge anybody. I don't know enough about it. That that I would say yay or nay on it. Like, but hey, if you know what, if that's your fucking bag. I mean, there was a bit of fucking shit about it. All right, a bit of shit about it, burning out vans and people getting beaten up, and certain people were the wrong sort of fucking. Or it was handled a bit fucking badly. Do you know what? That's what we'll do. Do you know what? I think I actually know the person to bring on. I think we'll bring on one of these chaps. And yeah, according to some of the messages I've been getting, I would say at least 20 messages I've gotten, whether it be through Instagram or Snapchat or on the email. Which, by the way, I will be getting back to you. Just Jesus Christ, like you know. Here's the thing: you no sooner have the laptop out inside the dressing room, and some fuckers into you going, "Tom, can I see you outside here for 1 second because we just want to change this lighting?" And it's like, "Oh, for the love of fuck!" So you can't sit. You can't get at nothing. Now I'm recording a podcast on this. We finish on the 2nd or on the 6th. I'm recording a podcast on the 7th, the morning of the 7th. So hopefully I'll have it done and dusted by lunch, and then I'll be back home and I'll do another Ramble Pod. So that'll be a Monday. And I will then sit down, I'll email the people back. So you'll have your email, probably the 7/8. You'll have an email back just to say, hey, thanks a million for fucking getting in touch and all the rest of it. Where the fuck was I? Yeah, I do know who I'll have on as a revolutionary. Fuck it, why not? Let's see what's happening in the country. Let's see what's fucking happening. Maybe, I don't know, can we knock some comedy off it, lads? Can we knock some fucking comedy off it? I don't even know what I've talked about for the last nearly half an hour, people. Almost a half an hour. Do you know, I'm not fully sure what I've even talked about. But I'm glad you stuck with me on it. I think this is indicative of the fact, I warned you all about this, that my brain was going to go to shit. And I'm now at least down 50 points in my IQ. For sure I am. I know I am. It's like, fuck. Just, it's also the fact that I'm not being stimulated mentally by seeing the world. Because that's what, at least going around doing stand-up, you're going around seeing. But when you're in a fucking theatre for 10 hours of the fucking day, essentially. What are you going to see? And you're doing the same play twice a day. Yeah, your brain is not going to be firing on all cylinders. I'm just looking forward to my first gig back. My first gig back, I think, is in the Cherry Comedy Club. Have a look at the gigs. I'm nearly sure it's back, Cherry. I'll be talking to you before then anyway. But you know what? I'm going to have to get back. Lads. I do want to say a huge thank you very, very much. Properly. Thank you very, very much to everybody who stuck with me from the get-go. And people have jumped on board. You're very, very welcome. This isn't going to stop. I'm going to be banging out 2 of these a week, then 3 of these a week. But the third one will be exclusively for the Patreons. It just has to be, because Patreons, you know what I mean? If you're throwing dollars at the podcast, then you're going to get something extra. Simple as that. And like I said, if you do want to do it for the new year, see can we get some fucking new gear and all the rest of it for it. You want to make a one-time payment, it's handy out. It's really easy. Click through the link, have a gander at it. If you have PayPal, you'll be done in fucking 30 seconds. But like that. If you don't, that's grand. Just share it. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to give it a rating. Give it a decent rating too, because again, that drives it up to whatchamacallit. We're going against the big dogs here who have big fucking agency money behind them. That's essentially who we're going at. Who use PR agents and all the rest of it to drive their stuff. That's who we're going after them, but we're trying to compete with them, lads. That's who we're trying to compete with. So sharing it at the very least would be fucking dynamite. Giving it a rating, the usual fucking stuff. If you do want to hit me up, of course, the usual spots. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. It's Tom O'Mahony Comedy. You'll find me there. If you want to bang me off a message on the old chatty snaps, which lads are great for, do Tom Bear O'Mahony. I'll answer you back. I don't put up a lot of stuff on it, but I will answer you back when I get it second. But I do. I hope I get back to everybody. I don't miss any. But I do try my best to get back to you. If you want long form stuff, just go to Buckshot email. Buckshot, yeah, you can email the podcast at buckshotpodcast@gmail.com, or just go into the old website, tomomahony.com, and go to contact, and it'll lead you straight to it. Happy days. I've been noticing lately people are just finding it, and I think it's coming that way. People are just going, Tom O'Mahony contact, and it's just taking them straight through the old podcast or the website. If you want any other gig information, I'll be updating that again. But the gigs and stuff like that, the likes of the play and other bits and pieces, that'll all, and ticket information will be on the old website in the gigs part. There's nothing else to be telling you, lads, other than thank you very, very much for listening. It's been a fucking class year, really, hasn't it? It's been a fucking weird one all round from all the different things. I think we've had a Ramble Pod for the last 31 weeks now. And prior to that, we've had the podcast. And we're heading for 92, people. We're heading for episode 92 next week. So you fucking fair play to you. You've stuck with me. So we're into the 120 odds of actual podcasts. And some lads girls have been right there since the beginning. God bless you and all who's sailing you. I think I'm doing a podcast for somebody else. Oh, I am. Blunt Force podcast. I'm doing one here in Limerick, I think, on Saturday. If anybody's... I'll let you know more when I know more. But like that, thank you very much again for 2018. All the messages, all the fucking high fives, virtual high fives and all the rest. I'm delighted to get it. Because when people message me, then I know that people are listening. That's the thing. I'm in a car right now recording into a recording device. So I'll put this out later on tonight. Here's to fucking driving on into the future. I know I hate all that fucking hacky shit, but look at 2019 is just around the corner. Let's have a fucking belter, lads and lassies. Right. Go get drunk and be merry.